You know that feeling when you get your eyeglass prescription? You look at it, and it feels like you're trying to read some kind of ancient secret language? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to demystify that piece of paper, so you'll know exactly what it's saying about your vision.
Right? You leave the eye doctor's office with a slip of paper, and it just looks like a jumble of letters and numbers. OD, SPH, CYL. What on earth does it all mean? It feels like it was written specifically so only the optician could possibly understand it.
Well, I've got good news. It's not a secret, and it is way less complicated than it looks. We're about to crack this code together, piece by piece. And I promise, by the end of this, you'll be able to read that thing like a pro.
Okay, let's start with the absolute basics. The very first thing you'll notice on your prescription is how it separates the numbers for each eye. This is the easiest part, but it's the foundation for, well, everything else.
You're going to see these two abbreviations, OD and OS. They sound kind of fancy because they're Latin, but you don't need to remember that. Just remember this. OD, oculus dexter, is your right eye, and OS, oculus sinister, is your left eye. That's it. Every number from here on out will fall under one of those two columns. Simple. All right, so now we know which eye is which. Let's get into the real meat of the prescription, the numbers that actually fix your main vision problems. We're going to start with sphere, which you'll almost always see shortened to just SPH.
The sphere number? That's basically the main power of the lens you need to see clearly, whether things are blurry far away or up close. That power is measured in a unit called diopters. You can think of it as the most important number on the whole sheet.
Now, this is where one tiny little symbol tells you so much. If you see a minus sign, it means you're nearsighted. Things far away are blurry, but you can see stuff up close just fine. If you see a plus sign, you're farsighted. Distant objects are clear, but things up close get a little fuzzy. So how strong is the correction? Well, think of it like a number line, with 0 right in the middle, representing perfect vision. The farther away from 0 your number is, whether it's on the minus side or the plus side, the stronger your prescription is. A number like -9, for example, is a pretty strong correction, and that's when you might start thinking about thinner lenses so your glasses don't feel super heavy. So, we figured out the basic focus. But what if you have even more numbers on your prescription? Well, that's where the actual shape of your eye comes into play. This next part is all about correcting something called astigmatism.
If you've got a number in the cylinder, or CYL column, it just means you have astigmatism. And don't worry, it's incredibly common. All it means is that the front part of your eye, your cornea, isn't perfectly round. That cylinder number is the extra power needed to fix that little irregularity.
And this is the absolute best way to picture it. A normal eye without astigmatism is shaped like a basketball. It's got the same curve all the way around. An eye with astigmatism is a little more like a football, where it's curved more in one direction than the other. That little difference in shape is exactly what the cylinder correction is designed to even out. Okay, so if you have a cylinder number, you are always going to have an axis number right next to it. They're a team. The axis is a number anywhere from 1 to 180, and it basically tells the lab the orientation of that football shape on your eye. It's like telling them exactly where to put the correction so it lines up perfectly. We have covered the most common parts of a prescription, for sure. But sometimes you'll see a few extra fields for more specialized vision needs. Let's quickly go over these add-ons. You might see a value under add. This is exactly what it sounds like. It's additional magnifying power, usually put in the bottom part of the lens for bifocals or progressives. It's typically for people over 40 who start needing a little extra help to read a book or a menu clearly without having to whip out a separate pair of reading glasses.
Now, prism is a less common correction, but it's absolutely crucial for people who need it. It's prescribed when someone's eyes aren't working together as a team, causing double vision. The prism actually bends the light before it hits your eye, which helps your brain merge those two images into one single clear picture. Pretty cool, right?
Okay, and I have to make this super clear. Everything we've talked about is only for eyeglasses. You absolutely cannot use your glasses prescription to buy contact lenses. Why? Because contacts sit directly on your eye. They need a whole different set of measurements to fit properly and be healthy for your eyes. So always get a separate exam for those. And that's it. You done it. You have officially cracked the code. To help it all stick, let's just do a super quick recap with a little cheat sheet that puts all the key terms right in one spot for you.
Here it is, short and sweet. OD is your right eye, OS is your left. SPH, or sphere, handles your main correction for being nearsighted or farsighted, and CYL and axis are the dynamic duo that work together to correct for astigmatism. See? That's the core of it, right there.
So the next time you get a new prescription, it's not going to be some big mystery. It's going to be a story.
A story about your own unique vision and exactly what's needed to bring your world into sharp focus. How empowering is that? So go on, find your prescription. Now that you can speak the language, what does it tell you?